I am an American. I was raised to believe that we live in the greatest country in the world. I was taught to say the Pledge of Allegiance. I was educated as to what the colors of the flag meant. I was told the story about Fort Henry and the creation of the Star Spangled Banner. I was taught the fight the people before me have gone through that has helped us to get where we are. I was raised to believe why the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and the Declaration of Independence are the very foundational documents that set us apart from the rest of the world. We have so many things to be proud of. From the beginning of this great country and why the original 13 colonies stood up to a tyrannical government. There have been sacrifices made by regular Americans, from fighting in world wars to standing for their beliefs on a bus for freedom. There are those of us that believe in these things. We can see we're under attack. There is something that's been going on slowly for years. They've weakened our society in many ways. They started with Judeo-Christian values. They argued that this country was not founded on those beliefs. It was. The idea, the belief that in America, everyone wants the same thing: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Those are the Judeo-Christian values that they want to change. Now, I've looked through many other religions because this country has multiple religions in it. The funny thing is, they all say the same basic thing: believing in and worshiping God, whatever God you pray to, means that living here in America, you will be granted those rights also: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. There's been an influence, a movement going through this country trying to convince people, converting people, almost brainwashing people into believing that somehow holding these values, these truths, would be harmful to them. Yet they forget one of the main tenets for the foundation of our country. The only restriction that anybody holds in this country to another: do not infringe on another person's rights. You can be whatever you want. You can strive for whatever you want. You can reach for whatever you want, as long as it does not infringe on another person's rights. And that's important. That is the most important thing that these new mindsets don't seem to understand. They say that everybody has to believe in their way, that everybody has to believe in what they say, that everyone has to conform to their way of life. More and more, we see how dangerous this is. I think about the current administration, how it seems they have actually taken it upon themselves to weaponize our Department of Justice along with other agencies against we, the people, regular Americans, those people that believe they have fundamental rights. They've called us domestic terrorists, baskets of deplorables, and so many other names. They've tried to shame us, degrade us, belittle us. They're continually trying to force their ways upon us. We were promised and guaranteed life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness as long as we obey the laws that are set forth in this land. Yet they try and bend the law. They try to push the proverbial envelope. We see those pushing change by removing statues which were a part of our past. Good or bad, they're there to remind us, to educate the next generations as to why they're there. We see them changing definitions in the dictionary. A mother is no longer a pregnant woman because they can't even describe what a woman is. Yet they say we are harmful to women, which seems like an oxymoron in the sense that we know what a woman is. My friends, my fellow Americans, my patriot brothers and sisters, we must unite. We must stand together as one people once more, following the greatness of many Americans before us, people who fought and died to give us these rights and freedoms that we have. We must stand as one against what many believe is a tyrannical overreach of our government. We must stand as one once again against an ideology that says everyone must conform to their specific way. We must stand as one against those that threaten to change the very fabric that is America. I will proudly stand shoulder to shoulder with each and every one of you. We have all come to the realization that there is no great leader going to take charge. That there are no white hats. That the military isn't going to step in. This is up to us, we the people. I've heard the talk about civil war. Ask yourself this. What happens when we are done? If we were to take everybody out we feel are corrupt and replace them with other people, what changes do we make so they don't end up doing the same things? Also, where do we stop? Do we know which people are good or bad? Do we just start wiping out ideologies and different mindsets? Then don't we end up being just like them? No. The answer isn't civil war. The answer is what's been laid out for us by our founding fathers. And that, my friend, comes back to our right to vote. The right to choose people, not because of the party they represent, but because of their beliefs. Parties seem to be the cause of division these days. We must look at the person, what they stand for, what they want to see happen with our country. Do we continue as the beacon of freedom around the world, the hope for people who just want to be free? Millions of us just want to be left alone so we can live our lives. We've tried to make that clear over and over again. Yet they keep pushing. I think of the Oliver Anthony song, which cries out to all Americans, talking about rich men north of Richmond, saying, are those in charge really working for what's best for America? Some are. I think of the song, Am I the Only One? By Aaron Lewis, asking the people, can you see what's going on? I think about the song, God, We Need You Now, by Struggle Jennings and Caitlin Curtis, talking about the importance of having beliefs, morals, and values. There are so many patriotic songs that we can listen to, and they all do the same thing. They invoke the same feeling in us all: pride, shared values, and morals, feelings of belonging to greatness. We know that. Our country, our freedoms are at stake. And we, the people, must stand together and fix it. We must stand together against those that wish to change the foundation of our country and our way of life. I'm a regular middle-class American. I was born and raised to know the difference between right and wrong, the difference between good and evil. My name is Edward Arthur Gray. I have enough sense to realize our country is in danger. Stand with me, so together, once again as one nation, we can fix this problem. I am an American.